What's up, guys? Welcome back to Healthy Recipe. I'm going to be making a delicious ground turkey wrap today. I got some fresh kale from my garden, some cilantro. Ken's came out with a new Asian flavored ginger dressing that is all natural. So we're going to be using that for flavoring. It's going to be absolutely delicious. So let's get right to work. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working with today. I have some diced peppers and onions here, about 3/4 of a cup of each. Some fresh cilantro. I'm using some turmeric, and I'm adding this is actually organic turmeric. I'm adding the turmeric for the health benefits and also the flavor. Turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory. This Asian vinaigrette dressing from Ken's is all natural. It doesn't have any preservatives. The ingredient look really good on it. It's called Simply Vinaigrette, and it's Asian flavored. This is a ginger sesame oil flavored type of dressing. It's really, really delicious. I love this stuff on anything. So I'm gonna use it to flavor the turkey. I have some kale. This is Russian kale from my garden. I have a bunch of leaves of that, and then this is some leaves of the regular kale that grows great here in the winter time. I'm also using some arugula for its flavor and also to add its filling. I'm using some flour tortillas. Try to find as healthy flour tortillas as you can. These are just flour and a couple other ingredients. A lot of them have a really long list of chemicals. Just look in the labels. I'm using diced tomatoes to add in the end. I have about 1.5 pounds of turkey. This is Jenny O's ground turkey breast, I believe. And then I'm using oil to saute, and also for the turkey to cook it in, just about 1 tablespoon, because the turkey is really lean and doesn't have much fat, and that'll help for it not to be so dry. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna saute our peppers and onions, get that going over in our cast iron skillet. Okay, so to our hot cast iron skillet, I'm basically just gonna add a little bit of that. I use peanut oil just because I think it's healthier, and it doesn't add a lot of taste, but you could use avocado, coconut, whatever else you like. So I'm gonna go ahead and coat the skillet, get it nice and hot, and then we're gonna drop our peppers and onions in. Gonna soften them up. Little piece of carrot in there. And I'm gonna drop that heat down to medium just to let these soften. And now we're gonna work on our kale and cut up the rest of our stuff. Okay, when kale, usually when it's too big, I like to take out the ribs, which is this part right here. This kale is pretty small, so I'm not really gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna cut the thicker ends on it and then just dice it, just a little bit of it. Set that aside. Now, with the Russian kale, it's a bit bigger, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out these big ribs. And this is a lot of the bitterness and bad taste that people associate with kale is usually in those ribs. And while we're doing this, we got our peppers and onions softening up on medium heat. Basically try to do all this at once. Alright, now that I got all these together, just gonna kind of roll them up and just dice them, slice them. Just like that. I'm gonna use that as filler for our wrap. I'm gonna take our arugula, and the arugula is pretty tender. It's green, so we don't have to really worry about removing any parts. We're gonna use the whole thing. This adds a great peppery flavor to food. If you guys have not tried arugula, I recommend trying it. I used to hate it, now I love it. Alright, so see this all minced fine. Take that over there. Do the same with the cilantro. Mince it up. And the cilantro, we're going to add it at the end with the tomatoes, actually raw. We're not going to cook this. Same thing with the other greens. Alright, so now we're going to set all of that aside and we're going to go over and drop our turkey on our cast iron. Okay, so now that we have all that flavoring in the cast iron pot from the peppers and onions, we're going to go ahead and add our turkey in. And we're going to saute it with all that nice built up flavor in there. We're going to cook this down. And then we're going to add some more of our seasoning and our dressing. And we'll go ahead and assemble the wrap once this is cooked all the way down. Smells amazing already. Okay, as you can see here, our turkey is pretty much cooked all the way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and lower the heat down to about medium, low, actually medium. And then we're going to add about 1/4 cup of the Ken's dressing, of the Ken's Asian dressing, and it's called Simply Vinaigrette. And this is going to add a nice ginger sesame seed oil flavor to this turkey. I'm going to also add some organic turmeric for flavor, coloring, and anti-inflammatory properties. Turmeric is a great ingredient to use in your food. It's not very expensive either. You can find it fairly cheap, organic. Oh, it smells so good right now. I love the smell of ginger. Smell the ginger and the sesame oil. And the turmeric is amazing. Just want that turmeric to blend in there with that dressing and for the meat to absorb all of that flavor. Peppers and onions, all of that on the cast iron. We're pretty much all set to build our wrap. So we're going to go over to our cutting board and start that up. Okay, so in this container I basically have our greens, the arugula, and the kales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of that delicious ginger dressing, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick toss just to add some more of that flavor in. Now we're going to grab our tortilla that I put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds just to soften up. And I'm going to drop first some of this beautiful greens. Then we're going to take some of our turkey. About so. Now we're going to grab the tomato. Drop some of that on top. A little bit of cilantro for flavor. You could use parsley if you don't have cilantro. I love cilantro. So that's what I'm using. I'm going to tuck both ends on this because this is going to be a big wrap. So I'm going to make sure you tuck both ends so you can roll it. I'm going to go down like so, down the end. Make sure everything's tucked in. Like that, both ends, and then we're gonna pull back and tighten it. As we pull back, we tighten it, and that's basically our wrap. If you want to tuck in any little loose ends, you can right here. Just do that to it. If you want to make it really nice and neat, just like that. Now we're gonna cut it down the middle, and we're gonna plate it. Okay, so now we're going to cut it down the middle and we're going to plate it. Just like that at an angle. You can see all the pretty stuff inside. I'm going to grab it because this is ground turkey, so we got to be careful. And that's basically what it looks like inside. Beautiful, nice color. I'm gonna go ahead and plate it with the side where it folded down. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you guys really soon on the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a taste for you guys, let you know how it came out. It smells really good. I really love the smell of ginger. This is so incredibly delicious. The ginger comes right through. It's got a little bit of sweetness and tanginess. The tomatoes are delicious. A lot of taste from that arugula coming through also. I get a little bit of the turmeric. For such a simple recipe, this is incredibly delicious. You guys all should give it a try.